Great.
Oh, damn it.
Ooh, that sounded bad.
No, that was all right.
Okay.
Hey,
How you guys doing? It's been a sec.
Yeah, man.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
It's
since
been
I heard those beautiful voices.
Yeah. Welcome to a very, very delayed episode of the Good Games Podcast. My name is James.
I'm Leo.
And I'm John.
We're back. It's good to be back, guys.
I almost forgot how to do this. It's been so long.
Yeah, I know. I forgot what our introduction sounded like.
Yeah.
This podcast is very, very delayed, obviously. If you keep up to date with our most recent episodes, we're several weeks late. John and I went to Las Vegas to participate. Well, I participated in Evolution Championship Series 2019, otherwise known as EVO.
And I spectated.
And John watched. and we learned, here's a pro tip for anyone who's attending EVO. If you're gonna go to EVO, get your tickets, get registered, get all that stuff way early. Do not buy your spectator pass at the door. It is way more expensive to buy the spectator pass at the door than it was for me to pre-register way early. Like, I think John and Brian ended up paying like $100 to spectate or something like that.
Yeah, luckily it was $50 for me because I just did the second day.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes more financial sense to compete and then not show up for your pools than it does to buy, which is really stupid. But I mean, I guess maybe it's to prevent people from signing up too late. Or
well, yeah, I mean, I registered to compete and then paid like 60 something. And the guys bought their things at the door and had to pay $50 per day. But I'm wondering, because like most tournaments, they'll just let you buy your spectator pass at the door. But I'm wondering with EVO if they want you to like pre-register, even if you're going to spectate. I don't know.
Like,
we'll have to figure that out.
Fill up the pools or something like.
Yeah, popularity. I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird.
I guess, or to get an idea of how many people are coming. Anyway, do not buy. Moral of the story is: do not buy your spectator pass at the door if you're going to EVO.
Right.
Other than that, I've been moving, which is why we've delayed this. Yeah. I am in a new house, new location. So if my acoustics sound a little weird, that's why. I'm still figuring stuff out. This is not going to be. I'm in my living room right now. I'm setting up a recording area in what is going to be my office, but it is not ready yet. So acoustics are subject to change.
I would submit that the acoustics sound even better than before.
Whoa, okay, because literally I just plopped my microphone on my coffee table and I'm just sitting on the floor right now.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's just the angle. I don't know. I mean, it could just be in my head. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe I'll have to do this every single time now. EVO was great. Highly recommended. It was a very good time. We saw a lot of, pro players. I did mind-blowingly well at EVO.
Yeah, I heard.
To set a frame of reference, like before EVO, I went to CEO. We're from Florida, so CEO is a lot closer from me. And I went 0-2 at CEO and was very discouraged. I was like, oh, okay, people are really good at this game. So I was fully expecting to go 0-2 at EVO because EVO, I'm guessing, I'm thinking, wow, okay, this is another step up in competition. So I'm like, okay, let me, hopefully I can just win one game, right? So they were giving out these little like, souvenir bracelets for EVO 2019 that say like, please let me not go 0-2 or something like that. I'm like, yes, that's me. So we were in Las Vegas, right? And my wife and I went to the Excalibur, and we saw it's like medieval times. It's like the stupid like knights and all the sword fighting and songs and whatever.
Oh, yeah,
it was stuff. It was one of the like show type things we did while we were in Vegas.
Right.
I only had I'm pretty sure I only had 2 drinks.
Oh boy.
Oh my God. They were strong though. So I got a little tipsy the night before my pool. I woke up morning of my pools, reporting, getting ready to wake up, go to pools. My pool was 10 a.m. sharp was when the pool began.
Right.
I felt awful that morning, just pounding headache. This is one of the worst hangovers I've had. I just felt terrible. I felt nauseous. I was like, oh man, this is a disaster. So I'm like, whatever. I like shambled down into the like convention center and like, I'm like, oh God, the lights are bright. Why is everything terrible? So I like show up to my pool. Well, actually, the lines were insanely long. So whatever. It took me a while to get in. I show up to my pool. And the guy's like, okay, here's your assignment. I sit down and lose my first game. I'm like, cool, awesome.
Man.
I'm like, this is fun. All right, cool. So whatever. Sit down, next game, and I'm playing this guy, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm better than this guy. I know I'm better than this. He's making a lot of mistakes.
Right.
He's making a lot of mistakes. I'm like punishing some mistakes. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I think I can win. So I'm trying to remember now. This is actually a little bit ago, but I beat him once, and God, I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to remember all my matches now. So I beat him once, and he counterpicks me on the second game. I'm playing Ganondorf, by the way, and this is Super Smash Brothers. I don't know if I even mentioned that. I competed in Super Smash Brothers. I main Ganondorf, Smash Ultimate. And he counterpicks me the second game. He picks Lucina. Or no, sorry. He picks Palutena, which is one of Ganondorf's worst matchups. I'm like, oh God, here we go.
Right.
Somehow clutch it out. I'm like, holy crap. I won a game. I won a game at EVO. I could have stopped right there, and I would have been thrilled. Yeah. I would have been thrilled that I won a game at the most prestigious fighting game tournament in the world.
Right.
I was over the moon at that point. I'm like, cool, this is awesome. I'm kind of done now. Like I did my thing. I won my game. I'm out. I didn't go 0-2.
But now you're going to loosen up probably and do better.
So yeah. So now I'm kind of waiting around, and they have the brackets online. So I'm looking at the bracket, and the guy I'm supposed to play next hasn't shown up yet. I'm waiting. And it's been about like 30, 45 minutes. And I'm like, oh God, what the hell is going on here? And during this time, I'm watching the other people in my pool. And of the 14 people in my pool, 5 of them were Ganondorf mains. And to give non-Smash Ultimate pro players, or if you don't follow the pro scene, Ganondorf is not that popular.
Right. Now that's gotta be like at least 70% of the Ganondorf players in the whole tournament, probably.
Yeah, Ganondorf is like mid-tier at best at a high level. You'll see him a lot online because like online is really laggy and you can just throw out forward smashes and whatever. Cheese people. You can't do that offline. I mean, you can if people suck, but anyway. So there's 5 Ganondorfs in my pool, and I'm watching these other guys play. And I'm like, man, some of these Ganondorfs are like really good. And I'm watching this Ganondorf play, and he wipes the floor with this, the guy I played in the first round who beat me, he wipes the floor with this Lucina player. Like, beats him 3-0, 3-0. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay. I'm outclassed here, clearly.
Right.
So, and I'm still waiting for my next match. I'm like, God, what the hell's going on? So the TO comes up to me. He's like, hey, your opponent just DQ'd. He didn't show up. I'm like, cool, that is technically another win. I'm like, I'm technically 2-1 now. I'm like, this is awesome. So, next match comes up. We sit down. I start playing. This guy is really good. I 100% should have lost this match.
He was playing. What was his name?
He was playing King K. Rool, actually, which is another character you never see at high level competitive play. King K. Rool, he was very, very good. King K. Rool. I should not have won this game. Somehow I shit you not. I was down 2 stocks to 1 in both of my games. And like I finished off one of his stocks, and I'm like, I don't know how, because I'm like, I'm already at kill percent. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna take this guy 0 to death here. Yeah. So like I do a little bit of damage on him, and then I like start charging a forward smash, and for some fucking reason he just like dashes right into my forward smash. I think I think as a K. Rool player, he was trying to like style on me. He was trying to run up and counter or something, but he just ate my forward smash, and like I won that game. And then the second game, he was trying to edge guard me, and I somehow turned it around on him, and like there was no way I should have won these games.
Dude,
anyway, beat that guy.
You all owe the K. Rool training to me.
I do. John is a K. Rool main, and I was practicing a lot against John in the time before pools. Anyway, so the next match comes up. I'm playing against this Ganondorf, who I just saw like destroy the guy who beat me earlier in the turn. I'm like, oh, okay, well, here we go. So at this point, we're pretty deep into the pools, and a lot of people have like gathered around behind us to like watch the rest of the pools play, like all the people who have been eliminated, right? So it's Ganondorf and Ganondorf, which is, if you ask me, a pretty exciting match. Ganondorf mirrors are pretty exciting. And we start playing, and it was just like that other match. He started making mistakes, and I'm like, what's going on here? Wait a minute. Am I better than this guy? Am I actually better than this guy? So we start playing, and I beat him. And it was not even close. Like, close, these were like, these were very comfortable wins. I pulled off 3 Ganondorf down air stomps.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
Yeah, and the people behind us were watching, and the people behind us, like, I pull off one of the stomps, and everyone just goes, ooh!
Nice.
And it felt, I mean, there was like 3, 4, 5 people watching.
I'm sure that felt
that
so
were
good.
all like, yeah. It felt like I was on the main stage, finals day, top 8, and the entire crowd was cheering. Just,
that's awesome.
It felt amazing. And then like I kept doing it. In like the last match, I down air stomp him again, and some guy in the back goes, "Oh my god, that was so unnecessary." And then somebody next to him goes, "No, it's always necessary." I'm like, damn right it is.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I make it out of pools. I made it out of my pool, loser side. And it was I basically at that point I had won EVO. I had won the entire tournament.
I mean,
in my
amazing.
mind, in my mind, I had won the whole thing.
That's incredible.
Made it to day 2, which I never in my wildest dreams thought I would make it to day 2 at EVO. So yeah, qualified for the whatever top, I don't know, 1,000, whatever they narrowed it down to on day 2.
As far as you know,
and then,
you're the top 1,000 players in all of Smash.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah,
I looked at it and I placed 750 something out of 3,500.
There you go.
That's pretty good.
Top
that's
1%.
not bad.
That's the top 30. That's the top 30% of the best people playing Smash all time.
Yeah,
so I feel pretty
all
good.
the people who flew, to go be at EVO. That's pretty damn impressive, man.
So I basically won EVO. I won the whole thing.
Yeah. Now I'm guessing day 2 didn't go too well.
Showed up for bracket day 2 and got wrecked. Fucking wrecked. I don't know. John spectated that match. I was playing against a Wario. I mean, it was close, but he was definitely better.
The guy's name was the Clapper. And
Hell Clapper.
Now
you were doing really well. You started off really strong, and then you lost your stride.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how does pools. Was it still single elim, or were you in the losers bracket at that point?
No. So EVO is a double elimination tournament, and I lost the very first match I played. I lost.
That carries over. So you were in the losers bracket.
Yeah.
Going into day
so I'm
2.
already on the loser side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's one thing I got to tell you, James. I think that you don't give yourself enough credit for how good of a Smash player you are. So I hope that this shows you a little bit more about what your actual level is, because
it did get me kind of fired up. I kind of feel like I want to do CEO again.
Do some more tournaments, man. Like I genuinely think you're one of the best players in Florida.
You could have beat that guy.
I'm not just saying that.
I'm serious.
I'm not just saying that because you're my friend.
Player.
There's a lot of good players in Florida, though. I don't know.
Look, I'm not saying you're like the best, but I'm saying you're able to compete with the best players, I think.
Here's the thing I left out of the story. After I made it out the first day, after I made it out of the pools, I'm like, oh my god, like I'm over the moon, like I'm thrilled. I get up and I'm like, I'm going to go find my wife. She's somewhere. By the way, EVO is massive. This huge,
it's like a
huge convention hall. This just so huge. So, I'm trying to figure out where my wife is in this giant convention hall. So I get up and I'm starting to text her and I'm starting to walk away. And one of the guys goes, hey, no, sit back down. And I'm like, what? He's like, I want to play some friendlies, man. I'm like, oh yeah, by all means.
Oh, okay.
And it's all these other 5 Ganondorfs that were in my pool. And they all wanted to play friendlies against me because they had watched me qualify out of the loser side. And they're all like, okay, wait. Dude, I need some tips. You got to tell me what's going on here, man.
Nice.
So I play like round robin style. I play all 4 other these Ganondorfs and handily beat all of them.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, and they're all like, which felt amazing, by the way. But they're all like, dude, like, what's the secret? Like, how? So in a tech chase situation as Ganondorf, do you like to like run back and then do a down smash, or like do you like? So what's your like out of shield thing? Do you like to up B out of shield? Do you like to jab out of shield, or like nair out of shield? I'm like, guys, I don't know, guys. Like, I'm just, I have no idea.
You're like a fucking savant, man. It just comes naturally to you, right?
That's kind of like, in that moment, I had no idea what to say. I was just like, I got nothing, guys. Like, I'm just playing the game. I don't know. It's fun. It's a fun game.
I think it's interesting because I think for you, it's almost like that practice of emptying your mind, sort of. I think you can talk about strategy like when you're not playing the game, but when you're playing
in
the
the
game,
moment,
you just kind of just do what naturally comes to you. Like, it's incredible, man. And it's more about mind games and position and.
I'm so focused on what my opponent is doing, like in a fighting. It is so hard for me to do literally anything else than play a fight. Like, if somebody asks me a question, like, I barely even hear you. It's you just have to be dialed in on what the game and what your opponent's doing. I definitely
encourage you to play more tournaments now that you've felt what that feels like to have that crowd behind you.
It felt pretty damn good. Addicted. There was only like 4 people, but it felt amazing. I played a lot of friendlies at EVO. I didn't play so many friendlies at CEO just because I felt so discouraged. I played a lot of friendlies at EVO and won like most of my matches. So like I don't know. It was a pretty big confidence boost.
Wow, man! Wow, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. It was a very good time. John, you've been very quiet. You were there the whole time. Like, what was your experience at EVO?
As far as spectating goes, it was pretty cool. I saw some Dragon Ball FighterZ finals.
Yeah, that was very exciting.
And the previous year, I remember watching Sonic Fox versus Goichi, which is the finals match from last year. But to see it live in person, and then people raising their hands for every time one of the characters did a Spirit Bomb.
Spirit Bomb, got to give them your energy.
Yeah, it's just so much hype. It's so cool. It was real high energy.
Was there a lot of cosplayers too, or no?
There's a fair amount. Yeah, I'll send. Maybe I'll. I don't know how to get this to where the podcast listeners can see it, because there are a lot of formats where we're on where there is just no image sharing. I don't know.
You do a link. You do a link in the thing.
And the doobly
I don't know how to do that. Anyway, if you're watching on YouTube, maybe there'll be a link to it. I found an amazing Ganondorf cosplayer.
Oh yeah,
and took a picture with this fantastic Ganondorf. He looked amazing.
Yep.
And then old school, like Ocarina of Time Ganondorf too, my favorite.
Yeah, there was some really cool cosplays, but a part of the fun too was seeing all the random Smash players, the pro players that you look up to. Like Hungry Box just walking around, and like Chudat hanging out at the melee line, and like there some of them were chit chatting with the cosplayers too. It's just
I played a game with Mewtwo King.
He was there.
At CEO.
He was actually at the setup next to me while I was playing friendlies. I was a little too. I felt too good about myself. I was like, hey, I'm winning most of these friendlies. I was like, let me not go get my confidence destroyed by playing Mewtwo King.
It's very fun. Yeah, I played him, and I didn't do anything to him. It was really good.
The other thing that was at EVO was Samurai Showdown.
Right. Yeah, that's really what this episode is about. 20 minutes in.
Yeah. I figured, we talk a little bit about some fighting games, some EVO stuff before we got to Samurai Showdown.
And I imagine we don't have that much to say about Samurai Showdown. It's a fighting game. It has samurai.
You're kind of correct, which is why I figured let's just talk about EVO, I guess. Did you get to watch Top 8 for Samurai Showdown, Leo?
No, I didn't. No.
Okay, all right. Well, here's the really exciting thing. It confirmed what I thought about Samurai Showdown, which was when I first played Sam Show, I was like, this feels like a very like fundamental fighting game. Like, there are not a lot of like crazy combos. There's no like
nothing flashy.
There's no strict input timings. There's no it's just a very just fundamental. Like if you are good at fighting games, you're going to be good at Samurai Showdown. And that's like the thought I had when I was playing that game. Top 8 for Sam Show was just all of like the best, like there was a lot of Street Fighter players. Alex Valle made top 8, Justin Wong made top 8, Infiltration made top 8. There was a lot of like really big names that like, oh yeah, I know these guys from other fighting games. Like, turns out if you're good at fighting games, you're good at Samurai Showdown.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of my feelings too. It's basically just, you say fundamental, I say, I guess like basic. Like, it's just kind of your basic fighting game. It just happens to feature characters that are all samurai and pretty badass, samurai characters, I would say. But yeah.
Now, did you play any of the other Samurai Showdowns, Leo?
I mean, I definitely have played like the original Samurai Showdown, or maybe Samurai Showdown 2, I think it was.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I wouldn't say that I played religiously or anything, but
right,
a couple games here and there back in the day.
Yeah, I'm looking at the top.
I recognize the characters, Yeah,
Kazunoko also made top 8. I didn't want to leave him out. He played in grand finals. This is my first Samurai Showdown. I really like this game.
It's solid.
It feels, I don't know, it just feels like I don't want to say if I made a fighting game, this is what it'd be. It would. This is like if I was good at making video game. Like if my design goals for making a fighting game were like made a reality, it would be very close to Samurai Showdown. It's just I don't know. There's just a lot of just fundamentals, spacing, punishing. I don't know, just understanding. I don't know. It's a fundamental fighting game. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think it's a good game. I think it wasn't particularly super fun.
Really?
For me. Like it was okay.
Why?
No,
why?
I don't know. Just
you didn't play us,
because
that's why.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe. It wasn't bad. I think it's a good game. I think it's definitely got for the hardcore fighting game players. It's probably got a lot more to offer, like you. But
so, as a more casual fighting game player, I'm assuming that's how you're approaching this. Like, what was missing from this? What didn't draw you in?
I think with casual fighting game players, the flashiness maybe is a little bit more for us, like when you think of a game like Mortal Kombat or which we reviewed, or maybe like one of the Injustice games, it's got like all this like really flashy sort of cinematic fight. That probably brings in the casual crowd a little more. And I'm not necessarily looking for that, but I just think I don't think that makes it a good, like a better game necessarily. It just gives us who aren't necessarily the most fundamentally solid fighting players that much to be excited about,
Okay.
But I could tell it was like, it's a very smooth game. It was a very beautiful game. And it's got really cool looking characters. And
I was gonna say it's got samurai, Leo. Why aren't you all about this?
I love the characters and stuff. I'm saying as the game mechanics are just, it's kind of basic to me. Like,
okay,
I don't know how else to describe that.
Okay. John, you've been very, very quiet, and I can't believe you haven't chimed in when I said this is a very like fundamental fighting game, because we had a conversation offline outside of the podcast, and you were very against the notion that this is a fundamental fighting game.
Yeah, I mean, I feel kind of conflicted on that statement there, because like, a game where you can get punished in 2 hits, like it's hard to say that like this is super fundamental and that's like super straightforward why you died in 2 hits. I think it's deceptively fundamental. Like it gives you all the tools and there's nothing complex about it up front. But I think what you can do with the game can be pretty complex. And which isn't to say that it's not unique to this game. I mean, a lot of fighting games are like that. But I'm most impressed by the fact that you can kill someone in 2 hits, and it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. I was hoping to see some of that at EVO, but I think obviously when you have two really good players, that scenario doesn't play out very frequently. Like I think people are very cautious of not, to get gimped like that.
Mm-hmm. So I guess so I noticed at EVO, especially watching competitive play for Sam Show, this game has a Genjiro problem. I think six of the top 8 players were all playing Genjiro.
See, I'm not too fond of that, right? Really, because when you don't have character variety at the high tier, it's like it's hard to watch.
Yeah, and I think that kind of speaks to the youth of this game, because this is definitely the newest game that was at EVO. And I think a lot of the early growing pains, like the character imbalance, it just hasn't been worked out yet. And I think actually after EVO there was a balance patch released. They buffed a lot of the lower tiers and nerfed Genjiro and nerfed what's the guy that has like 8 swords?
His name is Yoshitora Tokugawa.
Yeah. I think they got hit with the nerf hammer.
The 7 sword guy,
which is good.
I thought he wasn't that strong.
Maybe I don't know. I'm relaying secondhand information I've heard, but it's probably good that they nerfed Genjiro, even though that's who I was kind of drawn to at first. I kind of was immediately drawn to Genjiro because he seems like a cross between Ganondorf and Akuma. Ganondorf being my Smash Bros main and Akuma being my Street Fighter main.
You mean stylistically, not like gameplay wise?
No, not necessarily gameplay wise, but just character aesthetic wise. Yeah,
I made that same conclusion as well. He definitely looks like
he's definitely Ganon-kuma. Akumadorf maybe is a little better.
I didn't really like a couple of the characters in the cast, specifically the Shield Girl. I thought her playstyle was way too out there, and it didn't really seem to fit in with the rest of the characters.
See, I like weird characters. I always like weird characters in fighting games. Like, I never play any of the weird characters, but I like that they exist.
Yeah, I mean, in practice, like in like at a high level, I'm glad they're there. Like, it's cool to see high level people play.
Yeah,
but as someone who's picking up the game and experimenting with the characters, it's just kind of icky when you're trying a new character and it just doesn't play like anything else that you've played before.
Hey, you know what? If you're gonna learn a fighting game, I would say either go through the tutorial mode in Mortal Kombat 11 or just learn Sam Show. They're both of those are just very good first fighting games to learn.
It's funny you mentioned Mortal Kombat 11 because I would argue if you want to learn fundamentals, Mortal Kombat 11 is the game to start with.
Yeah, it's just
Samurai
because
Showdown's pretty good too.
I mean, just because Mortal Kombat 11 has a fantastic tutorial mode, that's what I meant.
Well, it's pretty in depth.
Right.
Anything else on Sam Show? I don't. What else is there? We've talked.
It's good.
Did you play the story mode at all, James?
I did not. I did not even play the story mode. I played against you and against our mutual friend Brian a lot.
Okay.
And then I watched top 8 of EVO. That is my exposure to Samurai Showdown, and I like all of what I've seen and played.
Fair enough.
All right.
Did anyone play the story mode? Did nobody?
I mean, I'm like my only criticism of this game is it's not on PC.
Oh, true. Well, coming soon. At time of recording, it's not on PC.
I played the story mode. It was pretty lackluster.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. Well, then is that why you're not more into this game? Because you're saying from a casual perspective.
Yeah, I mean, that's another reason. That's another example of why it was kind of basic. Yeah.
Because like when casual people look at fighting games, the two things they're looking for are A, lots of cool characters, and B, a cool story mode. Bro, like a casual person is not like, hey, what's the competitive scene like for this? Like, do we have good game balance? Do we have nobody gives a shit about that. Like, what actually moves a lot of units of fighting, like what sells copies, are cool characters and a cool story mode, a cool single player mode, right? But that's I did not play the story mode on Sam's show, so I can't speak one way or the other. But like maybe that's why you feel that it is not casual friendly.
Yeah, I mean it definitely has cool characters. I would say that for really truly casual players, you probably want a little bit more flashiness like simple casual controls. Like, you know how Dragon Ball Z kind of added like this whole aspect of just like you just mash any button and it looks awesome. Like that's how you get like the really casual crowd.
Yeah, Sam Show is like very, very easy.
Yeah, but it's
like there's no,
but it's not. It's
like,
it's a simple game, but it's not flashy.
Yeah.
It's just it's basic.
What, you don't like the like crazy animations they have for the I forget the technical term for them.
The super duper
like
ultra
special
move. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's pretty flashy.
Yeah.
How about when you disarm someone, Leo? Have you?
I did like disarming. I was a big fan of disarming.
Come on, and you cut people in half.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of disarms in games and like counters and stuff.
That's flashy. That's flashy.
Yeah, that's definitely the flashiest part.
I think Leo, you've been gimped by the inability to play with us. Like,
probably.
Like I'm excited to get this on PC because like I feel like it'll be easier to play with people.
That was the other thing I took away from EVO was that Smash is really fun, but I want to pick up another fighting game. And I'm kind of dancing between either picking up MK11 or Sam Show.
Well, I would vote Sam Show just because Samurai.
Hey, there you go. Samurai, man. All right. Do we want to transition into our top 5 segment now? Hey, how do you guys want to do? Let's have a quick little Good Games podcast. We're gonna pull back the curtains here. We're gonna have a staff meeting. How do you guys want to do this top 5? Do you want to do it like we did last time, where it's like we have to have a consensus
and get the top 5?
a consensus top 5, or you just want to do like our top 5 lists like individually?
I mean, the consensus was pretty damn awesome last time.
You want to go consensus?
Sure.
Maybe that's just the new way of the Good Games podcast.
I think it'll work well for this top 5, which is our top 5 video game samurais, which we realized there's not that many interesting video game samurais. So we expanded it to be our top 5 video game samurais and ninjas.
Yeah. And you know, that's a good point too, by the way, that there hasn't been that many like really great samurai characters. I submit still that there really isn't enough samurai games.
Okay.
Am I the only one who feels that way? I know that I love samurai and stuff, but
I think the part of that might be due to like Western perception.
Maybe.
I don't know.
There's a lot of people who really want more samurai. There's a small group of people in the video game world who I've talked to we're all craving samurai games, like specifically games that feature.
Do you want the American version of Samurai, where it's like super over the top?
No, we want the more
authentic.
Authentic, yeah.
Okay, or I feel like that's probably part of the reason why there isn't, because I don't know how, like the broad appeal of the authentic.
Well, I mean, and you can take some of that authenticity and like Hollywoodize it a little bit, but there's definitely like a balance, and we like the closer you get to more authentic samurai in games, the happier it would be. But if you take something like look at like Way of the Samurai, it's a great game, super cartoony kind of, but still featured predominantly like samurai and a little bit more of like the culture and the history.
True.
All right, I know I get we're a minority. I get it, but just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see more games overall myself.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so our top 5 samurai and ninja. I'm going to throw out from Samurai Showdown, the game we just talked about. I'm going to throw out Genjiro Kibagami, Mr. Akumadorf himself. Do we like Genjiro?
I will say that nobody from Samurai Showdown was in my top 5. So.
Oh well, all right.
So I would say pass, but
let's. Ooh! No, all right. Well, hang on. Let's put a pin in Genjiro. Put a pin. You guys want to nominate anyone else, or should I keep going here?
I have one character from Sam Show.
Yeah.
Go ahead. It's the 7 sword guy, Yoshitora.
Oh, he is pretty cool.
He's amazing.
Is he cooler than Genjiro? Is he cooler than Genjiro?
Does Genjiro have 7 swords? I don't think so.
No, he doesn't. But
the 7 swords is pretty cool.
7 swords. You can't beat 7 swords. There's no samurai with 8 swords.
It was pretty ridiculous, but it was. It tickled me.
Hey Leo, I was telling James this, but he doesn't watch anime as much. Did you see that character in Naruto that has 7 swords too?
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't he like one of the bad guys?
Yeah, no, he was a ninja from like one of the other villages.
Yeah, well, he's not part of like the main crew or whatever. Right? Yeah,
right. He's like a hip hop ninja too.
I don't remember that.
I'll link you after the podcast.
Yeah, I watch a lot of Naruto.
This is an amazing
There's
conversation.
so many hundreds of episodes of that show. Like, I don't typically like anime that lasts that long, but I have seen a surprising amount of Naruto for some reason. I don't know why.
All right. Is there anyone else from Samurai Showdown that we want to throw out? All right. Are you guys taking what's his name? Tenki fuckhead. Are you guys taking him over Genjiro?
Yoshitora Tokugawa.
I say put a pin in both of them, and we'll choose one of the Sam Showdown.
All right, because I feel like we should only have one Sam Show representative.
If any, it's going to be just one.
Okay. All right. I'm going to throw out from a game that we've reviewed previously. I'm going to throw out The Messenger from the video game The Messenger.
I called him Subject Zero, but yes, he's on my list.
No, you're confusing Katana Zero with The Messenger.
Shit.
Yeah, Subject Zero is also on my list, but so is The Messenger.
Yeah, well, I made my list before we decided with the Ninja Rule was good too. So my list is strictly samurai. So
interesting. Okay, yeah. No, Zero is definitely on my list.
Yeah,
all right, so Zero. Okay, wait. Because so far we've only nominated samurai. Do we want to throw ninjas in here?
Well, see, if we're coming up with one list, maybe we can do it just samurai. I'm just saying.
Do we want to do just samurai? All right. So fuck the messenger. Yeah. We've got either Genjiro.
That's the sequel.
Fuck the messenger. Fuck the messenger. We've got either Genjiro and Yoshi Tutu, and then we've got Zero from Katana Zero. I'm gonna throw out. He's kind of a mix between ninja and samurai.
I'll take a mix.
But his primary weapon, he wields the katana. He follows a lot of the samurai code. I'm gonna throw out the main character, the wolf from Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah. Oh, he's definitely samurai. Yeah. I mean, I know what you mean. Is it kind of a blend of the two, but that's fine.
Yeah, because he's also got the throwing stars. He's got that weird grappling hook arm.
He's got like the stealthy move, the stealth.
Yeah. He's very stealthy. Yeah. All right. So the wolf,
on the samurai side.
The wolf, Zero, and somebody from Sam Show.
So I'd like to also nominate from Final Fantasy X, Auron.
Yeah, I second that.
Does that count?
I second that. Yes.
Samurai.
Yes. Why he's a samurai? What the fuck? Does it count? What
he's like a futuristic samurai.
He's a futuristic samurai. Yeah, but he's still samurai for sure.
Okay. All right.
He is 100% samurai.
I nominate Tom Cruise from the.
Has Tom Cruise played? Excuse me. Has Tom Cruise played a samurai?
Yes,
dude. What? Are you serious?
When is Tom Cruise the samurai?
It's the greatest movie ever, man.
What movie is this?
Are you serious? The Last Samurai. The Last Samurai.
I haven't seen The Last Samurai. Clearly,
it just came out.
You need to watch it, dude. It's good.
Do you have Prime? Do you have Amazon Prime?
Yeah, I do.
I literally just watched it on Amazon Prime 2 days ago.
Okay.
Because I saw that it was available as like a popular movie or whatever.
All right. Tom Cruise, the very white samurai.
Well, that's part of the story. He ends up being a prisoner of war in the Japanese village. Like, it's really good. It's actually a really good movie. You should definitely watch it.
All right. All right. So we've got Auron, the wolf. Somewhere from Sam's show. We've got Tom Cruise.
Can we have a white samurai category? Because I have one.
I mean, this is any samurai.
Okay,
samurai,
yeah, throw them out. Whatever.
These aren't just Japanese samurai.
Yeah, whatever.
Auron is like Italian, right?
I pick William from Neo, who's like a Western samurai.
Okay, what's his name? William. Okay, all right.
He's the British dude.
Okay.
So Subject Zero, Auron. I also have Samanosuke Akechi from
what? Who?
I don't even know if I'm pronouncing summon. Let me hold on. Samanosuke Akechi. I'm gonna look up the Google Translate. How do I pronounce this?
What game is this?
Oh, it's from Onimusha.
Oh, okay.
He's the main character in Onimusha. But I'm
okay. Cool.
How do I hold on? Summon. You can make it say stuff, right?
I don't know.
Google literally won't read it to me.
What's his name?
Samanosuke Akechi.
What? Spell it.
Samanosuke. Samanosuke, because they don't pronounce the U, right?
Yeah.
And then Akechi, Akechi.
Okay, hang on. Let me try to. We're gonna.
I say it's Samanosuke Akechi.
Okay, hang on. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
This is the official Google.
Right.
Akechi Samanosuke.
Perfect.
Yeah. There you go.
So he is the main character in Onimusha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Who else?
I also have Nobunaga Oda.
What?
Nobunaga. He is
That's like a real samurai too.
Yes, he is a real life historic samurai, but he's featured in many games throughout multiple gen platform video game consoles and stuff.
Such as
what one game that I remember him mostly from is Kessen, the Kessen series.
Oh, okay. I really thought you were going to say Deadliest Warrior.
No, but that would be good to bring that back.
Longtime listeners of this podcast will be familiar with Leo's love for a very stupid Deadliest Warrior video game.
That's really the best fighting game, man.
I'm pretty sure there was a samurai in that.
I'm sure. I'd have to go back and see who it was.
All right, we got...
and then my last one, just to throw in the list, is Jin Sakai.
Okay.
He is the ghost of Tsushima.
We haven't even played that game yet. That game is not even... I am immediately going to DQ that because that game doesn't exist yet. That game doesn't exist yet.
We're
that
talking
game is
about...
not out.
Look, do you want these lists to be relevant in a couple of months?
We've got to call down 10 samurai. We've got 10. We got to get rid of them now. That game is not even out yet.
All right,
not even out yet. We're down to 9.
Honorable mention. Ghost of Tsushima is going to definitely set the bar for the best samurai.
Wait, are we at 9 or 8? I think we have 8. We have Genjiro, either Genjiro or Yoshitori. We have the Wolf. We have Orin. We have Zero. We have Tom Cruise. We have William, and we have Nobunaga. Did I forget anyone?
You can take out Nobunaga or take out Samanosuke.
Samanosuke? I didn't even have him on the list, so he's gone.
Okay. Take out Nobunaga, I guess. You guys,
okay.
I don't think you guys will
vote
for him.
Here we go. Here's our list. Here's our top 6. Let's see if we can get rid of. Okay, whoa. This is our top.
One of the showdown.
This is a true Samurai Showdown right now. This is our top 7. We have got Genjiro, Yoshitori, the Wolf, Orin, Zero, Tom Cruise, and William. William.
Yeah, William. You could take out Tom Cruise. He's not in a video game.
Okay, all right. He's not even really a samurai. And I feel like we should decide between Genjiro or Yoshitori. Is that his name? Okay, it is now.
Yeah,
now it's Yoshitori.
Okay. I had to look it up.
It's Yoshi. It's Yoshi.
Yeah, it's Yoshi. All right, so Genjiro or Yoshi? I say Genjiro because, I mean, come on, man. He's if you look at EVO top 8, he's 6 of the top 8 samurais from Samurai Showdown. He's 6 of the best 8 samurais.
That just means he's cheesy and overpowered.
No, it means he's the best samurai. Yeah. Well, what's Yoshi got going for him? He's green and he's a dinosaur?
He's got flowers one. He's got, like I said, 7 swords. And then also, he's got a special move for his 7th sword, which is on his back, which is his biggest sword. And that's super cool. You can't beat that.
All right, Leo, you're going to have to break the tie. Genjiro or Yoshi?
I think I'm going to have to go Yoshi.
All
yeah.
right. God damn it. All right. Our top 5. We got to order these now, guys. We've got to order these.
All right.
We've got Yoshi. We've got the Wolf. We've got Orin. We got Zero, and we got William.
Let's start.
We got to put them in order.
Number 5, William. Who the hell is that?
I agree, William 5.
Okay. All right. No argument from John. William is 5. All right.
He's a weeaboo samurai. He doesn't really count.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Who's number 4 here?
Number 4
of the Wolf, Orin, Zero, or Yoshi?
It's got to be Yoshi, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yoshi,
Who's
man.
the Wolf again?
He's from Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice.
Okay. All right. I'll allow Yoshi to be 4.
Okay.
All right.
3.
What were the other 2 besides?
We got Orin, Zero, and the Wolf.
Oh, I vote the Wolf for 3.
I'm also gonna go the Wolf.
All right.
Yeah.
I think in a samurai fight, if you put Orin, the Wolf, and Zero in a fight, I think the Wolf is the first one out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A straight up sword fight. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Between Orin and Zero.
So this is looking pretty good, similar to my list. If you take out the Ghost of Tsushima from the top,
Yeah.
I have it as next Orin for number 2.
Okay. Why is Zero better than Orin?
He's a little bit okay. It's kind of confusing because on the one hand, he's got all these super crazy powers that make him super badass at the time.
Yeah.
And all that. That just immediately adds points. But on the other hand, he also has this classic samurai look.
Yeah.
That makes it just more like feel like samurai to me. Whereas Orin, I feel like he's total samurai, but is in a different context. And so that's why I give it to Zero.
I think thematically Zero is more of a samurai, like Leo was saying.
Yeah.
I also like that Zero wears a bathrobe.
Right.
All right. Let's lock it in then. This is the definitive Good Games podcast top 5 samurai. We have Willem. Is it Willem or William?
I don't think even he knows.
He doesn't know. It's
William, bro. He's the British guy. William.
All right. William, the British samurai from Neo. I have not played Neo, so whatever. William. Then we got Yoshi, the 7 or 8 sword samurai from Sam Show. We've got the Wolf from Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. We've got Orin from Final Fantasy X. And finally, to top off the list, we have Zero from Katana Zero.
Unless you're listening to this podcast episode in about a year's time, in which case I will say that Jin from Ghost of Tsushima is really the number 1.
How do you know? You haven't seen him. You haven't played the game.
I've seen the game.
What if he does something really dumb in the game, though?
I don't think it's going to... I think he's definitely going to be the number 1 greatest samurai in any game.
I think you're biased.
I also like that we immediately nominated Orin from FF10, and nobody even brought up Cyan from FF6.
There's definitely more samurai characters throughout the Final Fantasy series, but...
is there? Yeah. Think about it. Is there really? Are you sure?
Well, the samurai is an official Final Fantasy class.
Well, it's a class, but there's not like characters.
Is Sephiroth a samurai?
Maybe.
I mean, he carries the dumb giant sword, but that's about it.
I mean, if you had to apply a Final Fantasy class to Sephiroth, what other class could it be?
Yeah, I suppose. But I don't really think of Sephiroth as a samurai, though.
It doesn't really seem samurai like the way Orin does. I don't know.
Like Orin and Cyan are undisputably samurai.
Did you play much FF12?
Yes, there are no samurais. I mean, samurai is a class, but there are no characters that line up with.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I say. I was like, there must be more samurais in Final Fantasy, and I thought about it, and I was like, there's 2. There's only 2 that I can think of that are truly that I can think of anyway.
Which is surprising for
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Japanese RPG
Yeah.
series. All right, let's do some endorsements, fellas.
Yeah, let's endorse.
I got a lot of things to endorse.
I got a lot of things to endorse too.
It's been a while.
I know. I've got so many things I can endorse. I could endorse like 5 things.
All right, not 5, but definitely a couple. Go.
All right. I guess I'm gonna go first. Let's see. About a week ago, I saw a fantastic anime movie. John, is this your endorsement? By the way, I want to make sure I'm not stepping on your endorsement.
No, I have a different endorsement.
Okay, John and I saw this movie together. It is Satoshi Kon's Millennium Actress. It is one of Satoshi Kon's movies that I had not seen before. It was fucking fantastic. I loved it. It is not like his other anime movies in that a lot of his other anime. What Satoshi Kon is known for is like horror anime. This is not a horror movie. Not at all. I don't know what I guess it's kind of a love story, I guess. But it's a very good. It kind of explores like this woman's life and Japanese history and like the history of like Japanese cinema all in one. It's a very I don't know how else to describe it.
It's very unique.
It's very, very unique. Yeah.
I would say it's more of a drama than a love story because
Yeah.
I mean, there was like a pursuit of love story in there, but it was more about just the constant roller coaster of like this woman chasing someone and her peak of her acting career and where all the twists and turns basically that was involved in that.
Yeah. Satoshi Kon's Millennium Actress. I think that's going to be my endorsement. I mean, I could go on, but
we'll get to them all eventually.
We'll get to them all eventually. What do you got, Leo? What you got? A bunch of stuff, right?
Hello, James here. In the following segment, Leo is about to endorse a self-help book, 12 Rules for Life, written by a Dr. Jordan Peterson, who has some very controversial, at the very least, political views. So while Leo is endorsing the self-help book, 12 Rules for Life, we are not endorsing the political views of Dr. Jordan Peterson. Back to the show.
Yeah, just to try and pick one for now, the most recent thing that has been grabbing my attention is actually a book. We don't talk about those often in this podcast.
We don't talk. We haven't endorsed a book before, have we?
Right. I've endorsed Wheel of Time before.
Okay, that's true. That's probably true.
Which I'll just do a mini endorsement. Wheel of Time, definitely should read that. Yeah. The casting has been announced for the new show coming out.
Yeah.
So anyway, so this is a book by an author that is more or less, what's the, damn it. There's a word for, hold on. There's a word that controversial. It's always words that start with a C. I just always get them all mixed up. Right. He's more or less a very just cut out all that white space. I'm going to
leave that in so hard.
Okay. A very controversial person. As an author, I think he's very, very helpful for people who are looking to better their lives. From a political stadium, it depends on whether or not you agree with his views. His name is Jordan B. Peterson.
Is the book 12 Rules for Life?
The book is 12 Rules for Life.
Oh, I started reading that too, Leo.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So again, I know political views aside, you may or may not agree with his stance on certain things. However, that being said, the book is mostly, strictly speaking, like a psychological, self-help book. I mean, he's a clinical psychologist, and he has these 12 rules that, really it's all about bettering yourself and being a person who has goals throughout your life, and with such rules as stand up straight with your shoulders back and set your house in perfect order, before you criticize the world.
Clean your room is the first thing, actually.
Yeah. Well, there's I think that's when he talks about setting your house in order.
Right.
Be precise in your speech, tell the truth. Like these are all things I think most people can agree with. And then he just kind of goes over each rule and why they're so important. He does a little story with each one and kind of breaks everything down. Like, I don't know. I feel like the guy is, he's a clinical psychologist, and I feel like he understands the human mind like really well. So it's a very interesting read, and I think most people would like it.
What'd you think of the first chapter, Leo? Like specifically the lobster hierarchy thing.
Yeah, well, actually, just wrapped up that chapter. I think it definitely has some truth to that. So the rule that he talked about there is called "stand up straight with your shoulders back," and basically, it's saying that life is, as human beings is still very similar to the hierarchical structure that a lot of creatures in nature face, and that you should be ready, like, to be combative in the sense of kind of defending your self-worth and your like place in the structure of the world. And lobsters kind of do this because only the best lobsters get the best territory under the sea or whatever, and the best mates, and
they get all the female lobsters.
Yeah. I think it has some truth. I think his goal there is to say, like, as men, you shouldn't be someone that they shouldn't be a child that like women don't want to take care of children. They want a man who's going to be supportive of them and going to be their best self, or whatever. But I think it's something good for women too. To kind of stand up for yourself, stand with your shoulders back. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
What else do you have to endorse?
Well, I mean, I'll just leave it to that one thing for now.
Oh, okay.
I've got a long list, though.
Is there another thing?
No, I mean, for next time.
Oh, okay. John, what do you have?
All right. I have like a couple things, but like Leo's saying, I'll probably just keep it to one for this recording. So I've been playing a lot of Dota Underlords. And if you don't know,
what is that?
If you don't know what that is, it is an auto chess game. And if you still don't know what that is,
what is auto? What is that?
All right. So I guess there used to be this mod for World of Warcraft back in the day. And that's where kind of like Dota spawned off. Some people say Dota spawned off from StarCraft. But more or less, there's this game mode within World of Warcraft that you can play called auto chess. And what that is like this passive kind of mini game where the game's divided into rounds, and then every round you get an opportunity to recruit a character into your bench, basically, and kind of deceptively, the point of the game is to spend the least amount of money possible. And I had someone explain that to me, and when I played the game, that wasn't very clear at all. So I just spent a ton of money on like getting the best players, learning like basically how the game works. And as you recruit characters, each character has like 2 passive abilities that stack with other characters. So you play essentially this RNG chance of getting a really good army. And
try to get players from the pool to build your little army. And then your army can get better if you stack certain like stats that work well together.
Exactly. And then you can level up characters by recruiting the same characters over and over. But there's no guarantee that you'll get the same characters, every so often rounds. So you have to kind of stack your odds in a certain way. And it's just one of those things you have to try. Because like I heard about auto chess before, but until I played it, it's completely different. There is a Steam version and a mobile app. And I find myself playing kind of half and half. And, it's a dumb little mini game with not that much depth. But I find myself trying to get like number 1 for some reason. I always end up in like anywhere between 2 and 5. And there's 9 players, by the way. And I don't know. It's just like that gambling thing where there's no inherent risk, but, it's just like trying to get number 1 each time.
So I've been playing a lot of the League of Legends variant of this called Teamfight Tactics, which is essentially the same game. And League of Legends said, no, well, Dota's doing it, so we'll do it. And of course, I'm more of a League of Legends player, so I played that. And you didn't mention items at all, but there's items in League of Legends as well.
There's a looting round every 5 rounds in the game, and you get items to assign to characters.
Yeah, so with the items and with the different like builds that you can do depending on who you draft, and the fact that it's a draft, it's not completely RNG. There is a certain, of course, quite a bit of RNG element to it, but there is some skill involved in making sure that you're drafting better compared to the rest of the players, because you're all drafting out of the same pool of champions. So I think it actually has quite a bit of depth.
That's what I didn't understand there. I didn't know if the pool was shared with other players or not, and I had guessed at some point that it was.
Yeah, and I mean, there's definitely there's a lot of depth. It plays a lot like a card game, which I like card games a lot. You're kind of trying to build your deck from random cards that you draft. It plays like a Magic draft. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
What was the League one called?
The League one is called Teamfight Tactics. Yeah, it's kind of taking off as a separate sort of game almost within League of Legends now.
Okay.
There's no mobile app for it, right?
Not that I've heard of.
Okay.
No, theirs is still like in beta. Their version of the play mode, but now they've officially announced that they're going to like make it a permanent mode and everything.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So, anything else?
That's it for me.
All right. Leo?
I'm good.
All right. Well, next episode, do we want to do Fire Emblem Three Houses?
Oh, yeah. I've been wanting to play that.
Well, you should.
Yes.
I heard it's going to be good.
I don't know if I'll be done by then, but that's okay. We can still record.
All right. So next episode will probably be Fire Emblem. Mm-hmm. All right. So for the Good Games Podcast, I'm James.
I'm Leo.
And I'm John.
And we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
See ya.
And we'll start getting you to play some WoW Classic, maybe.
Yeah.
Get ready for that episode after that.
Yeah. So, for the Good Games, WoW Classic, is that coming out soon?
In a week, I think. Yeah.
I think it's really soon. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, well then. All right. Well, maybe we'll have to do that soon too. Also, Leo, it comes out in 2 weeks. Final Fantasy VIII Remastered.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
coming out soon too.
I've seen a couple of little hints at some of that stuff. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be playing that.
I'll play.